The diner was unusually quiet that afternoon, the kind of silence that felt heavy, until a sharp, cruel laugh shattered it. Heads turned. In a corner booth, a young girl with leg braces sat hunched over her plate, her hands trembling as three teenagers jeered at her. "Look at her," one of them sneered, his voice loud enough for the entire diner to hear. "Can't even walk straight, what's she doing here? Should have stayed home." The girl's face flushed crimson as she pushed her food around with her fork, fighting back tears. She must have been no older than 12, her thin frame almost disappearing into the booth. No one moved. No one said anything. People looked away, uncomfortable, but silent. The weight of cowardice hung in the air. And then, through the squeal of the diner door, came the unmistakable rumble of boots on tile. A group of bikers had just walked in. They were hard-looking men, their leather jackets scuffed from long rides, their tattoos crawling up their arms, and their presence filling the small diner like a storm rolling in. At first, the bullies laughed even louder. "Oh, great, scary biker gang. Maybe they'll walk her home." But the laughter didn't last. One of the bikers, a giant of a man with a long gray beard and eyes that cut like steel, stopped right at the girl's booth. He didn't say a word at first. He just looked at her, then at the bullies. Slowly, he slid into the booth across from her. His voice, deep but gentle, finally broke the silence. "Hey, sweetheart, you mind if I sit with you?" The girl looked up, startled. "Oh okay," she whispered. The biker smiled softly, then reached across the table, taking her shaky hand in his massive one. "Name's Hawk," he said. "And you?" Lily," she answered, barely audible. By now, the other bikers had spread out across the diner, taking seats at nearby tables. The air had shifted. People who'd stayed silent were now watching, waiting. The bullies, though still smirking, were losing their edge. Hawk finally turned his gaze on them. "You think you're funny?" he asked, his voice steady but commanding. The leader of the three boys swallowed hard but forced a grin. "We were just joking, man. No harm done. No harm done." Hawk's voice dropped lower. He leaned forward, his broad shoulders casting shadows across the table. "I've seen a lot in my life. And let me tell you something, words cut deeper than knives. You don't know what battles this young lady fights every single day just to sit here, eat her meal, and smile. And you think mocking her makes you strong." The diner was silent. The bullies fidgeted, suddenly finding their sneakers very interesting. But Hawk wasn't finished. Strength isn't about tearing people down. Real strength, it's about lifting them up. It's about protecting, not hurting. And if you can't learn that now, you'll spend your whole lives as cowards. The words hung in the air like thunder. The bullies mumbled something about needing to leave and scrambled out of the diner, their laughter replaced with humiliation. And then, the most unexpected thing happened. One by one, the other bikers rose to their feet. They walked to Lily's booth, surrounding her like a shield. One of them, a woman with braided hair tucked under her helmet, gently adjusted Lily's napkin and said, "You're family now, sweetheart. Anyone messes with you, they mess with us." The diner, which moments ago had been filled with silence and tension, erupted into applause. Strangers, people who had been too afraid to intervene, were now clapping, nodding, even wiping tears from their eyes. Lily couldn't stop smiling. For the first time in a long time, she felt safe. She felt seen. The bikers didn't just eat their meals and leave that day. They sat with Lily, talked to her. About her dreams, her favorite books, her favorite songs. They told her about their rides across the country, the sunsets they'd chased, the storms they'd weathered. And before they left, Hawk knelt down beside her. "Listen, Lily," he said softly, his eyes glistening. "The world's always gonna have bullies. But you're stronger than you think. And you're never alone, because we've got your back." She hugged him tightly, and for the first time in years, she believed it. The bikers rode off into the evening sun, their engines roaring like thunder. But the memory of what they did that day stayed in that little diner, in the hearts of every person who witnessed it. The challenges Lily faced didn't disappear overnight. She still had to endure stares, whispers, and the physical struggles of living with a disability. But now, she carried something new inside her, courage. She remembered Hawk's words whenever she felt small. She remembered the applause, the protection, the love. And the bullies. Well, word spread quickly around town. They never mocked Lily, or anyone else, in that diner again.